Gland.
Our bodies have two main kinds of sweat glands.
Landmark.
We said, Paris is famous for its landmarks, such as the Eiffel Tower.
Season.
It was winter, the season of frost and death.
Arboreal.
This young orangutan will grow to be the heaviest arboreal animal in the world.
Topography.
Last year I was doing differential topography at Caltech.
Proposal.
Your proposal is accepted, Carrie.
Genial.
But now it's open to us to be firm in our views, but extremely genial as well.
Represent.
I'm not supposed to represent the company, right?
Apparent.
It was apparent that Joan spoke the truth in this.
Effective.
First of all, you'll need effective methods.
Summarize.
You want to summarize what you see in one or two simple sentences.
Aquatic.
These aquatic plants are very nutritious.
Verify.
No, I'm just verifying some information.
Notch.
Time to kick it up a notch. Ready? Ready.
Vulnerable.
It weakens you. It makes you vulnerable to him.
Intentionally.
I would never do anything to intentionally hurt you.
Admiration.
I have great admiration for the Night's Watch.
Eviscerate.
They're like walking piranhas, perfect at eviscerating a victim.
Plunge. The worker plunged more than 30 meters to his death from a roof.
Roost.
The male stays behind to guard the roost.
Wane.
The Dutch fervour for flowers hasn't waned a bit.
Nutrient.
We get our nutrients from the food we eat.
Motor.
It was actually a tricycle with a petrol motor at the rear.
Ribbon.
She tied it with a broader pink ribbon than usual.
Insist.
I must insist that you leave.
Basic.
You don't have basic common sense.
Glossy.
The tea plant has glossy green leaves and white blossoms.
Separate.
My parents slept in separate bedrooms for 20 years.
Reception.
I'm in a meeting.
Well, I'll wait in reception until it's over.
Hygiene.
One essential part of survival is personal hygiene.
Metabolic.
In cold environments like these, heartbeats and metabolic rates slow down.
Cashier.
The cashier says, "I'm sorry, sir. We are all sold out."
Definitive.
Well, I should have a definitive answer for you by tomorrow.
Furnish.
The balcony was furnished with a chair or two.
Librarian.
The librarian told me that you like war history.
Prototype.
Most engineers test their prototypes over and over and over again.
Wipe.
He washed his left hand and wiped it on his trousers.
Allude.
He didn't mention your name, but I was sure he was alluding to you.
Challenge.
A guy like you needs a challenge. Needs change.
Frank.
To be frank, business is slow these days.
Sweep.
I will sweep the floors, water the plants.
Backup.
I fear Kaplan's backup plan will be more extreme.
Cooperation.
Through international cooperation, we can work toward achieving these goals.
Ledge.
Rox came loose. She fell off a ledge.
Analyze.
I analyze evidence to solve crimes.
Sufficient.
His needs were very simple, and his salary was sufficient.
Nest.
These young birds are almost ready to leave the nest.
Revenue.
Revenue will come from advertising.
Demobilize.
Before the French demobilized him, he had 36 kill missions.
Enrollment.
College enrollment has reached an all-time high in the United States.
Statesman.
General So, he was a statesman in the Qing dynasty.
Accustom.
Well, I obviously have to accustom myself to the ways of the countryside.
Contour.
This is a very beautiful image, and it uses the contours of the rock.
Labyrinth.
Mazes, or labyrinths, as they're also called, were very common in Renaissance gardens.
Irregular.
Emmy says skull fractures are irregular, caused by a heavy rock.
Therapy.
Actually, Dr. Well wants me to start physical therapy.
Artesian.
The water supply is from artesian wells.
Gear.
Start the car, put it in gear, and run him over.
Physician.
This is a caring physician trying to help.
Conductivity.
The study indicates low thermal conductivity in the soil.
Dual.
France has now said 54 of the passengers held French or dual nationality.
Paleolithic.
The Acheulean culture belongs to the early Paleolithic period.
Dupe.
If you want to get her in the sack, just tell her you love her. That's how I was duped.
Campus.
I gave Mr. Jervis a tour around the campus.
Polygamous.
Russian law bans forced underage and polygamous marriages.
Flick.
Can I flick your face?
Universal.
Loneliness is a universal problem.
Assess.
Assess the situation and figure out what went wrong.
Officious.
I can't stand Bob Thatcher. Yeah. Vicious and competitive.
Prone.
She was prone to depression.
Afoul.
No, some of us have never run afoul of any international laws.
Bewilder.
I do not quite grasp your question. It bewilders me.
Pinch.
Pinch me so I'll know I'm not dreaming.
Malleable.
The metals were shiny and malleable.
Interweave.
Interwoven layers can absorb the power of a piercing attack.
Lavish.
In ancient times, the Romans showed off their wealth with lavish banquets.
Prohibitive.
Well, they think it's too expensive. They think it's economically prohibitive.
Mesolithic.
All those individuals lived in the Mesolithic period, also known as the Middle Stone Age period.
Gamble.
I swear, I'm never going to gamble again.
Understate.
In fact, that may understate the case, according to the newly gathered figures.
Outweigh.
The gains outweigh the risks.
Sterile.
All ant workers are female and sterile.
Component. Televisions and computers have many components in them.
Ammonia.
There's the fact that urine contains ammonia.
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis converts carbon dioxide into food for plants.
Mar.
The country has been marred by violence in recent days.
Consist.
As I remember, the game consists of 5 players.
Flare.
Ruby Jean has got a flair for drama.
Selective.
Or maybe they have selective memories.
Pin.
You could hear a pin drop in that theater.
Concrete.
They can't do anything without concrete proof.
Battery.
Well, my phone was running out of battery.
Painstaking.
But this conclusion is a product of months and months of painstaking work.
Continuation.
The continuation of their genes is all that matters.
Humanity.
The story of humanity begins with the creation of Adam and Eve.
Access.
We need access to the kitchen.
Shade.
The tree had large leaves, creating a nice shade.
Manual.
Oh, the guy doing manual labor can't have an opinion?
Bush.
There is a rose bush near the door.
Hardware.
Hardware consists of the physical parts of a computer.